Alright, so we are back, and today we'll be getting down and dirty with some SQLite database stuff. So before we start all of this, there's a couple of things that we got to do pertaining to the objects. So we're going to add some more fields to this goal object, and then we're going to create another object called transactions. So let's mess around with this goal stuff first, and then we'll get on the transaction part. So with this, we're going to change this property. Actually, we're going to make this a decimal now. Just in case, we're going to give them the option to save like $10.50. You can't do that with the integer because it'll truncate it. Alright, so we got the saving goal. We want to add, yes. We want to add an ID, right? We also want to add a date. So this will be the date that the goal was made. Is there anything else we need? Yes, we need. So we have the saving goal. The next thing we need to do is the balance, because you want to keep track of how much of the goal you've completed already. So let's do a little more things like I believe it's called, is it a table that I want? Yes. And then we'll call this goal. This one right here will be no. Am I missing one of these classes? There we go. Key. So that's going to be the key for our table. And then what else do we want on this? Oh yeah, we want to make it the identity for the table. Database generated. Passing this enum identity. So this is the primary key, and it's an identity column. So it will auto increment by itself. We'll have to come back to this, but let's go to the next class. So we're going to add another one. We'll call this transaction. So these transactions are responsible for, so let's say we're on that main page or whatever, right? And we get that screen, it shows us the goal. We have the option to add or delete or decrease the amount. So anything that we do, like say if I add 250, that's going to be a new transaction that we're going to add to the database. So we'll keep track of all the transactions, so then maybe we can have some type of graph in the end that maybe shows how much the person's deposited on what date or withdrew from the goal on whatever date. So for this, we need also an ID, which is going to be the primary key for this table. And we're going to make this crap, what's the other one called? I want to make it the identity as well. Cool. So the ID, we got that. We're going to also do a date for this. Date time, date, because we want to know what day this person did whatever the hell they did to their account. We're gonna do a decimal again for the amount. So this will hold how much they increased the account by or decreased the account by. Here's some other fancy stuff. So we're gonna do public integer goal ID. Let's actually make this goal ID too, because I'm not sure if they need to match 100%, but if they do, we'll be okay in that case. So this is the foreign key. This will be our foreign key to the goal table. So anytime we add a transaction to a goal, it would be associated with that goal. If you don't understand what that means, we will see once we get this all set up. And we'll do a public goal. And this will be the goal that this transaction is associated to. So when we look at the object, or we look at our list, and we look at one of the transactions, because the foreign key goal ID is here, it would automatically assign this goal object to the goal it's associated with. And to make that magic happen, we need to do foreign key and then passing goal ID. Cool. And in this same area, since a goal can have many transactions, we'll do public list transaction, and we'll call that transactions. Sweet. Alright, so we have this all set up, which is all fine and dandy. We need to do some other cool stuff, so let's add another folder here. Data context. We'll call this the goal. Whoa. Goal data context. I like that. Add that there. Alright, so let me refer back to this to make sure I get this all correct. Cool, so we're going to use some DB sets here and inherit from DB context. Cool beans. DB context. Whoa. Actually, I lied because I am missing something. We need to run these. Okay, so we're gonna go to Tools, NuGet Package Manager, go to the console. There's a couple of things that we need to run. Let me expand this so you can pause the video just in case you want to see what it is. Alright, so we're gonna run this first to get our Entity Framework. Now we wait for it to do its thing. So once this finishes, we're gonna run this second one. We're not gonna run this one yet. I'll let you guys know when we're gonna run that one. But for now, I will pause the recording until this finishes, and then I'll come back when I finish installing these two packages. Alright, and we're back in action. Alright, so back to what I was gonna do, try to add this DB context. Yes, that's the good stuff that I'm looking for. Alright. So we needed those two DB sets, right? One for our goal. Hey, don't play those games. There we go. Call that goals. Ooh, I like that. Good times. Then we gonna have public DB set transaction. What we gonna call that? Transactions. Excuse me. Get set. What else I need here? Oh yeah, one of them funny overrides, right? It's like on. Yeah, that right there. Options builder dot use SQLite. Then they did some wild shit up in there. Hold on, let me see real quick what they did. File name equal test db. Okay, so our file name is just gonna be, it's gonna be the name of our database. Oops, look at me. Pascal case and everything. What do we want to call our database? Goal tracker. Yeah, that's cute. Real cute. Bam, so we got that set up. Let's see, do we need anything else in here? We did our DB sets. Nope, looking good. Okay. So we're back in our goal tracker. I believe it's now time to run this last. Oh, no, it's not actually. We need to go to the app XAML code behind, and then the constructor. I actually want to turn this frame count off. What magic are we supposed to do in here again? Oh crap. Didn't want that. Want to look at this. Here we are. Oh yes, we're gonna call migrate. Let's go to our goal tracker. Equals new goal data context. Bam bam. Bam bam. I lied, that's not what I wanted. Is it just migrate? No? Damn it, let me look back. Oh, it is. Alright. There's a using statement that I'm missing, and it is this one, using Entitry Framework core. Because we need that extension there. Yes. So you did see the option that they had async. We may want to use this. For now, we won't use it. Where am I lying? Alright, this is a constructor. Never mind. Let's not use it. We'll use it when we do the other stuff that should be async. Okay, cool. So cool. We added that in. So anytime that runs, it's gonna migrate. So I believe that's if you made any changes to like your classes or whatever, it'll update it in the SQLite database to match your classes. Don't quote me on that. Once again, I'm not too sure. This is my first time actually using this. The SQLite, that is. Alright, so I think it is time to run this last mamma jamma right here. Because if you don't run that, it's going to say this table does not exist when you try to use it. Alright, so let's wait and see. I may have to pause the video again if it takes too long. It's just a heads up. We're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting. We're waiting some more. We're waiting some more. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna pause the video. I'll be back in a second. Damn it. What a fail. Oh, never mind. I think it finished. Did it finish? I don't know. I'm scared. Looks legit. Oh, yeah, here it is right here. It's done. Sweet. Yay. So you see it did these create tables for us. Look at that. It's even got the primary key set. Here's our transactions. Oh, this is sweet. Cool. I like that. So we have that now. Okay, now we have those tables created in our SQLite database, and now we can use them. So what we are going to do next. Sorry, I had to rearrange that. Now I guess we can start doing our basic manipulation, right? So I mean, like if we want to add a new goal, or add a new transaction, um, or if we want to delete a goal and delete transactions. Actually, no, we can't delete transactions unless we delete a goal. That's how we're gonna make it work. But anyways, let's start with the basics of just adding things. And well, yeah, we can also do updates as well. But for this, I'm going to create. Please collapse all of these. Thank you. Should I create another folder? I'm gonna do another folder. Whoa. There we go. I'm gonna call this the DataContext Helper. Ooh, that sounds more like a class name though. So let me delete that actually. And we'll just add it to the data context folder. Data context helper. Cool. So all this is going to be is a nice public class that, static class that we can keep referring to if we want to do ads and stuff like that. So all our CRUD operations, instead of having to do it in a bunch of different places, we could just refer back to this static class for this. So let's start with our first one, which would be public. Let's do async for these, right? Public async void add goal, and then we're gonna pass in new goal, and then we're gonna use our lovely usings for our DB stands for database, by the way, just in case anybody was wondering. New goal data context, right? So we have this cuteness right here, and we're gonna do db.goals.add new goal. Simple enough, right? So it's gonna add it to the list, and then this is the cool part, just db.save changes. We'll do this async one, and we'll do a wait. Cool. Why are you complaining? You don't like that? I wonder, will you be okay with... Actually, hold on a second. Oh, that's right. I'm a loser. I forgot to add the static keyword. Alright, cool. So that's good to go. So once again, well, the using to take care of when we finish with our data context, that just disposes it. And please make sure that you create a new instance of the database context every time. I hear that's what you're supposed to do. I read that on Stack Overflow somewhere, so take that. So let's do another one. Add transaction. I like that. I like that a lot. New transaction. Same thing applies here, right? We're gonna use our using db equals new. Whoa. Goal data context. db dot transactions dot add new transaction await db dot save changes async. Let me see something really quick. Okay. Alright, so we have an add for our goal and we have an add for our transaction. Let's do an update for our goal, because remember we can there's an edit button and we'll be able to edit the goal. So let's do public static async void update goal, goal, updated goal. Same thing applies. var db equals new goal data context db dot goal equals db dot goals dot. First the default. Dot goal ID equals the updated goals ID. Whoops. If the goal is not null, then we can do our magic. So we'll do, because we just want to make sure that we don't use something that's null. In C#6, is there an easy way to do this? I'm not sure. Well, it should give us a alright, so goal.name equals updated goal.name. Do goal.notes equals updated goal.notes. Goal.savings goal equals updated goal.savings goal. Is there anything else in here? Date? No, that's not changing. Balance. But we don't want to change balance on the update of the goal because we're only allowing them to change the name, the notes, and the saving goal. And then we can do our wonderful db.save changes async. Now if I'm correct, Entitry Framework knows that this item, it keeps track of it, so when I get it, it actually knows as the item from the context. So all I do is call the save changes async after I edit these properties. So that looks good to go. So we have our update, our add, and our add transactions. Cool. So remember, we're going to call it a static class anytime we need to do any of these three things. So here's when stuff is going to get really fun. Oh, we have our main page view model. That's good. Well, yeah, some of this is going to change around. Oh, yeah. It seems like we need a getter as well. Public static async void. Actually, I don't need async for this. I need list of goals. Get goals. Same thing is gonna go on here. Nothing we haven't seen before. Return db.goals. .toList. Let me close the goals and transactions, and I guess we don't need this anymore either. So we're in here. Do we care about this anymore? We do. wondering if we even need this anymore. And I should just pass back the list here. Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna do away with these observable collections. But do make sure that you, well, because the data content is gonna return a list, um, and we will be responsible for setting the item source after we add an item in a list changes. But I do love me some observable collections. But it must go. Cool beans. I don't think we need this anymore. I don't think we need that anymore either. So let's use our cool DataContext Helper. Cool. See, now that it just returns the list of goals for us. I don't know why I added that there. I don't think we need the setter right now, so actually no, we don't need it because we're manipulating that list through here. Well, we don't need this anymore either, so what we're going to do is use our data context helper again. Add goal, new goal. Nice and clean. Yep, I like that. I like that a lot. Where's our ad coming? Oh, right here. Right. Do I want to return that list? Oh wait, no, I have access to it right here. Okay, cool. So we will do that. Then we will say to our list view, equals name page view model dot goal list. I like that. I guess we should try to run this now and see if we can get this working on its own first. See if we forgot anything. Let me make sure that, okay, we got the name here still. Oh, we do have a date. We can mess around with this. Let's bind this. Wow, I did not want that. We'll do binding. And then, what's it called? I think it's just date is what we called it. Let's double check to make sure. Got a definition? Yep, date it is. Oh, there's also some. So we're gonna have to go to this page, user control, add goal control. Let's go to this code behind, because now that we added the date and things like that, we have to add those here. Date time dot now. Is there anything else in this goal class that we need? Oh, still here. We have the saving goal. We do not have a balance because new ones will start with 0. Actually, so let's just make that 0 then. New goal balance equals 0. Anything else in here? Nope, looks all good. So let's save that. Go back to the main page XAML. Whoa, we can now bind this value as well. Binding, I believe this is balance. So now we have the balance and the save goal bind it up, as well as the date and the name of the goal. That looks really good. Let's do a save all. And we'll put a breakpoint right here on add new goal. So let's cross our fingers in hopes that this works the first time. Hope I didn't forget anything because that was a lot of steps. Let's start without crashing. Fingers crossed. We ran our migration already. Hey, we're looking good. Okay. Let's open this up. Add goal. Goal name is going to be our first goal. Savings amount. We're only saving 1,000 for now, right? Cool. So we'll press save and have this event. Oh, actually, let's add in some notes. These are some test notes. We'll hit save. Alright, here we are. Let's make sure our goal has everything in it. Transactions is null because we don't have any. The balance is 0. Goal ID will be updated when it actually gets put into the table. Here's our time, name, notes. Looks good. So let's follow this down into our helper. Here we are. It's going to start that new context, add the goals, save async. Beautiful. And there we go. Our goal is on the page, just like we wanted. I am noticing that this date is off from the actual updated, so we're going to need to fix that indeed. But everything else looks good. We have our buttons still. We should hook up these add and decrease and edit buttons. But for right now, I think the video is getting too long, so I'm just going to end it there. We set up our database. We added our foreign key relationships. We added some, we set up our tables. We set up the data context, and we set up the helper class right here. That's going to handle all our CRUD operations for us. And we fixed our data binding. We added all those new things together. So on the next time, we will add functionality to these buttons. That's going to be fun because we're going to do a MVVM pattern with this. So we're going to use commands instead of having a code behind on the click event. But yep, see you next time. Thanks.